Greetings! Hello to everyone out there in YouTube land. My name is Belle. I'm here to bring you some inspiration for the month of November. This is a card reading for November 2018 for the water signs. The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, according to my cheat sheet. The two oracle card decks I'm going to be using today are Alice the Wonderland Oracle and Guardian Angel reading cards. I'm really excited to do an angel card this month because it brings in really cool energy. And first of all, I'll be doing 3 tarot cards. The tarot deck I'm using is the Line Strider Tarot. And I just did the fire signs video before this, and a lot of cool stuff came up, so I'm excited to see what comes up for water signs. I'm going to shuffle the Line Strider Tarot. Hope you've been having a good month so far. This is, I'm filming this November 9th. So you've already gotten a taste of the month of November, but hopefully these cards give you some inspiration. Before I go any further, I wanted to show you the most important card, which is Your Future Looks Bright. So just a reminder to always think for yourself, have a sense of what you want, have a sense of what you can manifest in your own life, because the most important thing is that you think for yourself and make the decisions that are right for you. Cards can only offer some inspiration. It's not meant to be anything that makes you feel restricted or whatever. I don't know. It's just obviously it's meant to be something positive. That's what it brings to my life, something very positive. Okay, let's see what 3 cards come out. I'm going to pick 1, 2, third card should be this one. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the first card is 5 of Swords. Excuse me. Okay, so 5 of Swords. This looks like someone who's very wary. The image depicts a soldier who has taken some time to rest because he's exhausted. And he has all these swords around him. So I'm getting a sense that this month you're feeling some exhaustion. You're feeling the need to take a deep sense of rest. And really, I don't know, I think it's a time for you to rethink what you want to focus on. It's like you're exhausted from doing all these different things, and at the same time the exhaustion is making you question what your sense of purpose is and what you want to be spending your time on. So I think that can be a very positive thing, but with the exhaustion, it may not be feeling like a very positive thing right now. So let's see what the other cards say. No way, you are feeling very exhausted, water signs. The next card is the card about carrying too much of a burden, the 10 of Wands. So, okay, I know it's like all over the internet about self-care right now, or like recently, but it really is important to have a lot of self-care. So I think these cards are indicating that you're completely exhausted, you're carrying all these heavy burdens with you, and it's time to set as much down as you can, take that weight from off your shoulders. And you don't have to feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. You take some time to relax. Even if you have a hectic schedule, I think it's saying whenever you can catch like 15 or 20 minutes, make sure you're having a sense of deep rest in some way that works well for you. Because it's just like, the energy from these cards is just like pure exhaustion. Let's see what the third card is. This is interesting. The 6 of Swords. It's like the people are on a boat and they're turned away from us. They're going in a different direction. I'm not completely familiar with this card, but let me see. I think it's about I think you've had to let go of some things already. You are putting some things behind you. I'm really getting that sense of, like, you know, all of the figures in the card are really turned away. So not only are you going to new horizons, but you're definitely getting a sense that you're leaving something behind. And I think that's good, because these exhaustion cards are showing that there's a lot that you do need to leave behind and that you don't need to carry with you. So in this sense, I think the Six of Swords is actually a very positive card, because I don't know, it's kind of bittersweet, you know? I feel like you're having to let go of something that meant a lot to you and that you really wanted it to work out, because like these cards of exhaustion are showing that you put a lot of effort into whatever this was for you, but you're having to admit to yourself that it didn't work out the way you thought it would. It's not worth being exhausted over this this idea or this matter, whatever it is. And so you're leaving it behind you, and you're going towards something that's really cool. As I said in the beginning, your future looks bright. So you're going towards something awesome. And I think it's going to be a very positive shift for you this month, especially with the holidays coming up. I think it's going to be a chance for you to reassess and kind of put your best foot forward. But I think there's some sadness with these cards. I think you are disappointed, but you're not going to let it get the best of you. Okay, so now let's move on to the Oracle cards. First is the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. It's actually called Alice the Wonderland, which is kind of interesting. So, I'm going to draw a card. Draw this one. Okay. The card is Clock Time, Time, Pressure, and a Rush. That's really interesting. It kind of makes it seem as though part of the reason you're feeling so exhausted is the type of hectic schedule that you have. Excuse me. And so, some way that you relate to time is not working out for you. It's making you feel even more pressured than you need to. So if there's anything you can have more of a sense of relaxation around, I think this is asking you to ease off a little bit. For instance, like if you have a certain work schedule that you need to keep, but you've also been like pushing yourself to, you know, get up really early to exercise or, you know, train for something or do some other hobby, I think it's asking you to ease up a little bit in the areas that you can and have more of a sense of joy around the things that you do enjoy. So even though you have some goals, you don't have to have that sense of restriction or pressure around it. And that's a really good message. I really like that. It's going to be a nice relief, I think, after all of the exhaustion and the pressure. It's going to be nice to find those ways that work for you for feeling even better. Okay, now I'm going to draw an angel card. They're kind of pretty. It's like the backs of them have the feathers. Okay. And I'm going to draw this card. See what comes up. Angel of Solitude. This is interesting. Okay, I did a whole video on solitude, I think. Angel of Solitude. Okay, so obviously there's a fine line between solitude and loneliness. And I think everyone has that balance that works for them. Everyone's different in that sense. Some people, I guess, I was just going to say some people are more social all the time. Other people need a balance between being social and having their solitude. And then, there's some times in your life when you have too much solitude and it gets kind of to be a burden. So I think this is about finding the positive sense of solitude that works well for you. And I think something really cool is going to come from that, because you see that tree growing on the boat. There's so many projects that you can fulfill through a sense of solitude. So much stuff like writing, different types of crafts, like so many avenues require actually a lot of solitude. So I think this is a very positive card. It's showing that once you get over your exhaustion from the hustle and bustle and have more of a sense of what you want and release some of that pressure that you put on yourself, you're going to find a positive sense of solitude, and that's going to help you fulfill the goals that are very meaningful to you. So I think that concludes this card reading. If you want to tune into the card yourself, feel free to stop the video on the card image and kind of tune in and see if you get any intuitive messages yourself. One more time, your future looks bright. So that's the main message to take away, even though there's a lot of other messages that came through too. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.